on this YouTube session. Let's crack it. Yes, let's crack it. Because here at An Academy, we believe in cracking all the questions, all the doubts, all the worries pertaining to IELTS and beat any section, right? So let me just see how many of you have joined the class. You can drop in your comments, you can drop in your messages so that we connect. Great. So today we are going to talk about, yes, we are going to talk about essay writing. Now, when we talk about essay writing, we realize that, uh, it's one of the most difficult course or one of the most tedious topic to be considered when comes to IELTS, right? So it is something which bogs you down or something which is very bothersome, okay? So today we are going to learn the tips and the tricks and the strategies to help uh, clear our doubts. Let me just adjust the settings. Yes, so let's crack it. Right? My name is. You can also use referral code and subscribe and avail 10% discount on an Academy app. You just need to download it in your phones and you can access to this content anywhere, anytime. Now, what are some essay writing tips and tricks? Okay, we are going to understand that. Now, when asked to IELTS aspirants, I've just penned it down that when you ask them which is the most difficult task out of the two writing tasks which are there in IELTS academic in general, most of them answer IELTS writing, essay writing. You know why? Because I'm not saying that letter writing or report is very easy. No, that's not easy because we have letter writing in general and we have report writing for IELTS academic. But essay writing is considered to be hi B saying I'm good, B saying how are you? Okay, I'm glad to see you in the morning. Okay, so we are actually going to understand what should be there, how should we study, how should we channelize our thoughts and ideas, okay, and understand the writing section. Now, what is there when we talk about writing task 2? It requires us to write an essay on a given topic in at least say 250 words, right? The type, okay, yeah, it's afternoon, good afternoon, because actually it's too cold, so it doesn't look like afternoon, right? So, you know what happens in IELTS writing task? It asks you to write an essay on a given topic in at least say 250 words, right? You're writing an essay. The task is time bound. We all know that. And you have 40 minutes at hand to present the given topic skillfully in your words and obviously without any mistake. So, what I'm trying to point at is if you are writing an essay, your vocab needs to be perfect vocabulary. You should be coherent, you should be logical, you should be consistent with the flow of your ideas, and everything has to be done, prepared. It's like cooking something, so you have to cut, not even cut. First, you have to select what you have to make because you are given the topic. You don't know it already, right? In advance. So you have to select, then you have to cut, then you have to cook, and then you have to present everything. It's like cooking the whole dish in 40 minutes. So it requires a lot of practice, and yes, writing is considered to be the most advanced skill. We start from listening, speaking, reading, and writing. This is what the sequence is, LSRW. Okay, so obviously it requires more efforts. Now, what happens in IELTS writing task 2? This you could be asked different types of essays. What are different kinds of essays? We have opinion essay, argumentative essay, advantages and disadvantages essays, which are also called as pros and cons, wherein we have to select one and then talk about its benefits, okay? Then we have problem and solution essays, and then we have mixed essays, which have everything of everything, right? Now, the first thing is you have to identify the type of essay asked and then write your response accordingly. Okay, you have to write that accordingly. You are expected to use your skill, your experience, and your examples while answering. So, if you are a pro in it, then obviously very good, but then your experience also plays a very, very important part. And I'm launching a new course on essay writing from tomorrow 6 to 7:30 p.m. where I'll discuss all these kinds of essays in detail. It's just 5-day course, and be saying I want you to join that, okay? And do follow me on Unacademy app so that you get updates of all my classes, right? So we are going to discuss all these essays tomorrow onwards in 6 to 7:30 class, which I'm going to launch on Unacademy. And if you have any doubts or any queries which are related to writing skills or essay writing, you can just write in over here. Okay. Uh, yes, it is a nice option, but again, it depends on your preference, be saying, like whether you want to go for it or not. But I would suggest you that, the more you practice taking previous year's papers, that's also beneficial. Okay. Now, if you are talking about how is your essay scored, now one thing which should be kept in mind, okay, how is your essay scored? Task response. How are you able to do that? How much coherent and cohesive your answer is. Okay, coherence and cohesion means if you are writing something, how is it connected to what you have written earlier? It means if you're writing in, say, paragraphs, how is your first paragraph connected to the second? Now, why is writing a challenge? Because you have to understand, you have to cater to different ideas which are actually sub ideas of the major ideas. Now imagine there's a tree. That essay becomes your tree, and those branches are your sub ideas, your subheads, your subtopics. Okay, how you're connecting that with the major root, that is the task. So coherence and cohesion would mean you're writing everything systematically, you're connecting your ideas, and they sound logical, they sound connected. They are not like haywire, you're picking up anything from anywhere and putting together. Okay. Then you talk about lexical resources. Now, what are lexical resources? The vocab which you're using. Okay. The choice of words you have. What is your your strength about how much you are resourceful in using synonyms for the word, or how are you developing your answer using antonyms if required be. Okay, you can always say, well, I was feeling good, I was feeling very happy about that experience. Or the other way could be, well, I felt a little offended, wherein you are able to tell not that you were feeling bad but offended. You're being specific, right? That shows your vocabulary. You're not always saying, I'm feeling good. How are you? I'm good. How are you feeling? Nice. Rise above these words. That's actually the point of lexical resource. You can always say, well, I feel on cloud nine. You're using idiom cloud nine over here, right? So, idioms, if you learn, they're not limited to your reading and writing section. Okay, so this is how you are employing different range of vocabulary. That's called lexical resource. And then you have grammatical range and accuracy. Now, whatever you speak, whatever you write, whatever you listen, everything is grammatically accurate and should be grammatically accurate, because grammar is actually the root of the language, right? The whole language stands on that pedestal of grammar. So if you are juggling up with the verbs and the subjects and the nouns and the pronouns and the prepositions and the conjunctions in your sentences, then I'm sorry, you won't be able to score well. Okay, so each of these four criterias are equally important. They weigh 25% of the total writing score: 25, 25, 25, and 25. So you have to care for everything which is there. Okay, now Let's discuss quickly some essay writing tasks, tips for a better score, how we can, make ourselves pro in writing task. Number one, understand. Understand what the question specifies. Now, it is essential to pay, attention to all the issues which are mentioned in the question. Pay attention to that. Understand the question. Look at the question carefully and identify the question type, whether it's a discussion, whether it's an opinion essay, a solution to the problem essay, or a combination. And then you identify what are the main keywords and understand precisely what the examiner is expecting in the essay. You have to understand, and that you will be able to gauge only when you have practiced at length. Okay? Avoid writing on a general topic. Don't write that ways. You have to understand that what is the direction of the topic, whether it's opinion, whether it's problem solution, and then you have to work towards it. Okay? Now, second, map out your ideas. Before you commence writing, take 5 minutes first to brainstorm different ideas. Okay? Before you start, take a deep breath. It works. It really works. 5 minutes, brainstorm ideas. How do you brainstorm the ideas? Give yourself practice. Create mind maps. For example, if I say, tell me some words which are related to pollution, what comes to your mind? Pollution could be CNG vehicles, it could be some diseases, it could be hazardous smoke, it could be industrial pollution, it could be noise pollution, sand pollution, land pollution, right? So what comes to my mind is different causes, different effects, after effects, okay, solutions taken up by the government, measures taken by government, everything falls into my mind. That's called how you create those mind maps related to that particular topic. Okay, so take 5 minutes first to brainstorm different ideas which are there in your mind, and then take a pencil and jot down as many as possible. Now, the best way is you create a mind map, and then you can find out, okay, these are the effects, these are the causes. You can quickly write EEEFFF for, CCC for causes, and S for solution. So, this is how you are bifurcating them, you are separating them. So, it means you already have so much of material with you, right? Now, if you organize your ideas, you are ought to score better than the other because you are able to paraphrase your ideas, right? So it will in a way save more time because you have already pictured the essay in your mind. Like I imagined about pollution, right? So I started imagining, okay, pollution is there, a lot of causes are there. It could be industrial smoke, it could be land pollution, it could be the wastage emitted from different homes, or it could be the pollution caused by different vehicles which are there on the road, or it could be people smoking ruthlessly. So these are my all ideas coming. Then I can say, okay, but government has taken so many steps. For example, in Delhi, CNG has is the sale of CNG has increased, and it has risen up, and odd even scheme has been implemented. And therefore, also, one more aspect, the marketing strategies, like rise in the sale of oxygen plants, that has gone up. What am I doing? I am jotting as much as I can about pollution. I have already picturized the essay in my mind. So now when I write it down, I will work faster. But then what connects both these things is jotting down the points and the ideas on the paper. That is how you map out your ideas. Okay, next we come on to be familiarized with the common topics. Okay, let me check out the comments. Okay, so do write in your posts. Okay, be saying yes, yes, we are talking about that. Don't worry. So if I'm saying be familiarized with the common topics means widen your vocab to brainstorm more and more ideas. Okay. How do you enrich your vocabulary? You read more newspapers, which will increase your vocab along with keeping you updated with your surroundings. What is going on? That will be known to you. Okay. Always remember, IELTS exam does not test your knowledge but your competency in this language. Person is not here to know, for example, that how many causes of pollution you know, but how you're able to verbalize, how you're able to put your thoughts forward. That is important. Okay. So present your answer with a clear thought process, have multiple examples, to make it more enhanced and to prove your point. If you're just saying something in air, that won't suffice unless and until you are providing examples along with it. Okay. Next, ask yourself questions, and you can ask questions from me also right now. If you want, you can share your doubts or worries also, which are related to writing section. Now, another way to prompt ideas is to ask yourself questions while reading the essay topic, like why did that happen, or what was the cause of so and so issue, where did that issue take place? Who was the person behind it? Or how to generate more and more ideas which are related to that particular aspect. So, what are you doing? You are asking questions from yourself. You are training your mind in advance about the five W's and H: why, what, when, where, how. When you ask these five questions, you are training your mind to think in that zone. You're bringing it towards that path of, brainstorming. When you ask these questions, you are able to think more evidently and you create more ideas. So, follow that, implement that practice when you are writing the essays. Next, employ your personal opinion. The most effective method to write an enhanced essay is to include your personal opinion in the essay. Yes. Imagine as if it's a question asked by you, by your friend, and then you are, using that, conveying your thoughts and making that person believe in what you're saying, and you are using relevant examples and essays. What, how did that happen, it's my personal experience. So you are actually taking it on your own and you're adding those personal opinions. You understand it better, you express it better, it reflects your understanding. Fine. So the next one is manage your time. It's very important. We know that we have to complete the writing task well in time, say 40 minutes. Starting time, starting time can be used as a good strategy time. You spend maximum 5 minutes to plan your essay. Try to complete your essay in say 36 to 37 minutes, okay? And then remaining last 2 to 3 minutes you can spend for proofreading. Well, I would say you can have 35 and then 5. And as you might have written the essay, because sometimes we just are, in hurry to complete. Proofreading helps. Yes, that's why I'm, kept it in bold. That hello, Mrs. Praveen Arya. Thank you, ma'am, and hope you get the benefit of this class. That proofreading, revising your answers is very, very important. You might have written the essay in a lot of hurry, but if you proofread your answers, you will identify what are your spelling errors, what are your grammatical mistakes. So, this will help you to complete your task efficiently within the stipulated time, and you will also able to understand what were the mistakes in your answer. The next strategy is take care of lexical resources. Now, what are lexical resources? Lexical resources refer to when you are using number one, sufficient range of vocabulary. You have good lot of vocabulary words with you. Second, you are using correct spellings of all the words which are there at hand. If you commit a spelling error, I'm sorry, your marks will be deducted, right? It's a no, no, you can't, that cannot be accepted at all. Employ proper collocations. You have to use collocations in a proper manner. Some words are collocated with the others but some do not, so take care of that. And number four is having proper word formations. Okay, like you say beautiful, beautifully, you're forming beauty. These are different word formations of a word. Okay, and do not be repetitive in your essay, because when you're repeating your words a lot, when your vocabulary gets repeated, then obviously you reflect a very poor language, and that ways you lose your marks. And the next one is make paragraphs. Now many candidates actually do not use paragraphs while writing in an academic paper. Remember, there is a structure to an essay. You have an introduction, you have paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and then you have conclusion. Break down your ideas into different paragraphs. Explain each idea of yours in detail. Have relevant examples in one paragraph, and then start another paragraph with a new idea. Now you are joining the paragraphs logically, there is a coherence, and you're making it feel as if one is, related to the next in some way or the other, because actually those paragraphs are sub ideas of that main idea, right? And the next one is complete your answer. Yes, I understand. Sometimes children are in hurry, they just write short sentences, they bullet, but that's a wrong practice. Whatever you write, write completely. Complete your answer. Give it a logical conclusion. Because if you are suppose cooking something half, if you're presenting something with a someone with a half cooked dish, that does not make any sense, even if you have used good vegetables in it. Same comes to your essay. I repeat, examiner is not looking for how much knowledge you have. Yes, you have to write a proper logical coherent essay, but at the same time, whatever you write, write it logically, complete your answers. Don't just write bullets, don't just throw hints at the examiner that, okay, this is what I also know, please read it. That's not accepted. Okay, so complete your answers properly so that you create a good impact on the examiner to score better. And the 10th tip is no grammar, spellings, punctuation. Use appropriate grammar, write correct spellings, and place the punctuation marks at right places. That plays very important role. You must know where to use commas, how to use commas to separate the list of the things, how to use commas to separate the phrases, okay? How to use apostrophes. Don't confuse apostrophes with inverted commas or single inverteds. So these punctuation marks, using exclamation marks, everything plays a pivotal role. Okay, and then use formal language. Now what happens, because we are so much into touch with SMSs and other chat applications, and we have somehow developed that habit of using shorthand text or informal expressions, but and as a result we are picking up that language because we speak and we write that most of the times. YOU is written as simple U. What's up is written as what's up. These slangs are coming up. Make sure when you practice your essays, you don't succumb to these shorthands or slangs, because obviously your score will suffer in this case. Okay, so, and these were some tips, some important tips I wanted to talk about. And I'm launching a new course from tomorrow, essay writing course. And, it will include 5 classes, and I'll cover all these aspects: essay writing structure, opinion and discussion essays, advantage and disadvantage essays, solution and direct essays. And it will be followed by hi, Hiren. Hi, you are, my dear, late to the class, but don't worry. You can watch this class, and I'm launching a course from tomorrow which will include all these topics: essay writing, opinion, discussion essays, advantage essays, solution, direct essays on an Academy app. Okay, the timings are 6 to 7:30 p.m. and you can use the referral code Astha, and you also get a discount of 10%. The fees is 2700 per month, so you get a 10% discount, so it means it's at about 2430 rupees, and you can get access for all the classes by all the educators, okay, for good 1 month. So it's like, a Netflix kind of a thing. So do subscribe to the course. And Hiren, if you have any doubt, I can address to that question before going offline. If you have any doubt, you can quickly ask me something which is related to writing, something you feel scared of in essay writing courses. Okay? Yes, Irene? And you can follow me on Unacademy, okay? And so that you get update about all the classes which are there. And that's how we connect. So let's be together on this beautiful Unacademy platform and build up this community of learners and educators. Okay? Thank you so much and good afternoon. Goodbye.